Hello everyone, this is Juan Sarmiento and today is Friday, October the 7th. It looks like the markets are retaking the downtrend and you can see that here. The stochastics is pointing down, but this other TTM squeeze that I use also is pointing a little higher. Regardless, the trend seems to have reinitiated downward direction, and well, we may be going to this other previous higher, or should I say stronger trend here. So we'll see. We will note this previous low as our support in case the market rebounds. I thought it was going so strongly the first couple of days, but it is retaking the downtrend. Okay, so let's go look at our current positions. I still don't have anything new because the volatility keeps quite high. Let's look at the VIX here. And you can see that it's in the 33 area. That's quite high, so it's not gonna be very good to enter a new trade here. So all we have to do is modify our existing trades to make some money, collect some money from our positions. So let's go to Apple first, analyze tab, and see what we have. October the 14th, that's next week, and November is the expiration of the back month options. So you can see that I have the 140 call puts here, and we are right there. We could take one off. Look at the delta is 55 negative, and the others are 165 put. You can see that we have the same number of shorts as the same number of long puts, so they cancel each other, so to speak, and they neutralize each other. But this 140 put, when the stock is price is very close to 140, the strike price, we could sell one rather than rolling down. Let me take a look at the chart. How do I feel? Well, I'm feeling bearish on that, and so we don't want to cut off our negative or delta negative direction, or other deltas. We don't want to reduce our deltas, is what I'm trying to say, but we can just sell one. Let's see what happens if we're selling one of these 140s. And analyze closing, sell 3. If we were to sell 3, obviously it would turn very bullish, but what if we sell only one? We neutralize our delta and still negative, okay? But this is the way we collect our profits. Okay, let's do that. Note that our short puts may get a sign, in which case we end up with long stock, okay? And in that case, if that were to happen, all you have to do is buy back one of the puts and simultaneously sell the 100 shares, all right? Yeah, or we can sell, rather what we would do is sell one of these puts with the 165 and buy back or sell the shares. That's what I meant, sorry. Or simply, look, let me just try and pretend that that's what's happening, okay? Let's say I'm assigned 100 shares. That is because one of the puts goes away and then I end up with 100 shares. These short puts, okay? So it's like being assigned 100 shares at $165 a share. So I'm going to do this, and you look for the long put here and use these puts, one of these puts, by saying analyze, buy, analyze, sell cover call, cover stock. And that will give me this. And that is, if I get assigned, then one of these puts goes away and I end up with 100 shares. So I would sell the 100 shares and together sell one of my puts. And that gives me 50 cents, 46 cents or 50 cents, let's say 50 cents more than the price I paid for the shares of stock. So essentially I get neutralized, I get to keep 50 cents. But I'm going to leave this here for your consideration. This is what you would do if you get assigned the shares, simply because we are so far from the 165 puts there. These puts are so deep in the money, you may get assigned and then you get 100 shares. Okay, that could happen with any of these because they are deep in the money. Let's go to C. Again, we have 14 October calls and puts that are short, and my longs are October, okay, and my deltas are positive here, so I don't really need to change anything. Okay, I'm not going to change anything because I just want my deltas to be positive, slightly positive, or slightly negative at most. Okay, let's go to Costco. In Costco here we have 36, okay, and my long put is this 147. We're very close to that, but the deltas are negative, but not by much. Today these October options are expiring, okay, and we can roll them to the 14th, but I really want to just exit this trade. So we are going to, because we have 5 legs, we're going to do 3 legs on the put side and 2 legs on the call side and see which one is more expensive. You can guess that it's going to be the put side, right? Let's say calendar call, all right? And that will be October, and we're going to do 2. We're going to sell 2 of the long calls here. So this will be custom, and see how I'm selling the 2 calls and then the put side. Let's do this put side on this way. We come over here, look for them. Okay, so 520 call puts here 1. So I'm going to say ask. That way I'm buying it back. Okay. And then go to the October 21st. And we're going to sell this one here. Press the control key and click on the bid. That way you're selling. And that creates combination trade here. Scroll some more and here's another put, and I'm press the control key and I'm going to click on the bid because I'm selling that one too. And obviously we have 1 put here, 1 put there, and 1 put there. So this should neutralize my position. And it does. That's how you know, because you get a straight line. And note here that on the call side, I will get $1.26 in credit, and this 12.05 is the most. So let's do the put side first, and then the call side second. All right, and we just wait until it gets filled. Sometime today or a little later, we may have to adjust our orders. Let's go to CSX. Yeah, that's very low here. We have October 14th, that's a week from today, and November the 24th, and look, we have 107.93. So I'm going to sell 1 put, perhaps 2. My custom put side, great, that's the expensive one. Okay, so that's good. If I sell 1 put, it goes down to 25 deltas. That's good. So let's just sell that. And there you go, now it's negative 20. All right, now we can, you see this 140, these expire next week, okay? And the puts are in the money, the calls are not. We can roll over the puts and wait for the call for next week, because there's quite a distance, you can see that, right? From the current price to the strike price of 30. So I'm gonna roll the puts, otherwise we might get a sign, meaning we're gonna get 1,500 shares, which I don't want. No big deal, but you know, just save time and effort. Analyze rolling. Okay, and we're going to sell or buy back the October 14th, and we're gonna go to November, and then we get 10 cents out of that. Not a whole lot, but this is the way. And look at what happens with the deltas. It grows really big. How about if we were to sell one additional put here? Let's sell one here, and that will make our delta 46. If I do one more, that's delta positive. I don't want that. Okay, we can alternative buy, sell one more put of the long ones. Okay, so if I do 15 and 15 here, yeah, I don't want to do that. I think it works very well with this one here, and we end up with 43 deltas, 44 negative deltas. Okay, let's do this. You can, I'm sure you realize by now, I want to neutralize my deltas as much as I can. And I think that will do the trick. We'll see when it gets filled. Disney. Disney is also negative. And we have October 120 puts. That's next week. We can do a rollover. And we go to November 4th as well. We get 5 cents out of that, not a whole lot. We can alternative wait until next week, but if we do that, you run the chance of being assigned. Let's just do this, just so that we don't run any risk of being assigned. And the calls at 120, well, if I were to sell the November, let me just create this from here. If I were to sell, you can sell as many as 4 calls. Just label like needs to be call. Instead of 95, it needs to be 120. Okay. That gives us 42 cents. Okay, so we can sell those 4. That puts my deltas a little higher, a little lower, but I need to, let's see, if I say 4, November 4th, yeah, that's 11 cents. Yeah. If I do that, I'm just deleting my 120 calls. 28 for the, I'm not going to do anything. Let's leave it like that, okay? If the stock goes up, then that's another story. But for now, it seems worthless to do that. Okay. So Disney is still operating, working here. It's not likely to, yeah, we'll see. We'll be back on this in a minute, okay? Let's continue on to GS. Again, I'm close to delta neutrality, and these are expiring today. So the call is going to expire. The put is in the money, so we need to roll it over. Analyze rolling. And we have very little time left on the long one. So I'm going to close first the put side and then the call side. Well, doesn't need to be one or the other. Let's say analyze rolling for the call side. And we have this October 21 that I'm selling, the 325, and I'm selling and I'm buying the October 325 call. This is so close to expiration, it will probably expire. It's going to expire, but we need to close it simply because I won't be allowed to have a short call. So I'm going to close that if I close the other call here. Okay. And that's a calendar. And that's the call side. And then on the put side, we're going to do the same as we did for the other position here. We're going to buy this one here. So click on ask one time. Keep scrolling. There are 3 positions right here. Press the control key, and this is a long one, so we're going to sell that. Just one. And here is another one. Again, just one, so we're going to sell that, so click on the bid. Okay. And make sure that it's a straight line. And now we can do both. And that's about it. This SPY is from my other account, so disregard that. Okay, so I'm going to make some quick adjustments here and see if I get filled. So this is what I would do. I say cancel replace and unlock it. And that's 1.23. Confirm and send. Okay, or you can go even lower. See, credit is 470 for the CSX, and 550 is my mark. Cancel replace, but you can see that there's a big spread here. And you keep adjusting it until they all get filled. Let's see, Disney 0.25, leave that as is. GS, cancel replace. You can go say by 5 cents declines, and keep going that way until they all get filled. Or simply unlock it. And that's what I'm going to do for the rest of them, okay? Until they all get filled. That's all for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and see you next time. Bye-bye.